Snakes are some of the most feared animals on Earth. But here's something you probably didn't know. Most of them actually have terrible eyesight. You'd think that would make them weak hunters, right? But here's the crazy part. Snakes don't even need their eyes. They can sense heat like night vision goggles, taste the air to track prey, and even hear footsteps through the ground without ears. And in this video, I'll show you how all these superpowers link together into a sixth sense that humans can't even imagine. Reason 1. Snakes are everywhere. First, let's appreciate just how widespread snakes really are. Snakes inhabit almost every environment on Earth, from the blistering sands of deserts to the dense undergrowth of tropical rainforests, from wetlands teeming with life to the open grasslands where danger lurks around every corner. They're even in oceans, gliding through the water with effortless grace. The only place you won't find them is Antarctica, and that's because it's simply too cold for their cold-blooded bodies to function. But what's remarkable is that snakes survive in these habitats not because of perfect eyesight. In fact, their vision is often mediocre compared to other predators. Instead, their dominance comes from alternative sensory systems that compensate for weak eyes. These systems are so advanced that they give snakes an edge over both prey and predators, no matter where they live. Reason 2. Poor eyesight, but powerful alternatives. Here's the twist. Most snakes do have eyes, but in many cases, those eyes don't do much. Some species see reasonably well in daylight, but many struggle in low light, underground tunnels, or dense vegetation where visibility drops to almost zero. Imagine trying to hunt when you can't see more than a blur. That's the everyday reality for many snakes. But instead of being held back, evolution handed them a toolkit of superpowers that goes far beyond normal vision. Think of it like this. While humans rely heavily on sight, snakes unlocked an entirely different set of senses, almost like upgrading from a black and white TV to a full 3D, infrared, vibration-sensitive map of reality. This is where things start to get crazy. Reason 3. Heat-sensing superpower. Let's talk about one of the wildest adaptations in the animal kingdom. Certain snakes, like pit vipers, pythons, and boas, have specialized pit organs located on their faces. These aren't just random holes. They are biological heat detectors. They can pick up infrared radiation, which is the heat emitted by warm-blooded animals. To put it simply, where we see darkness, snakes see glowing silhouettes of prey. Imagine wearing night vision goggles that never run out of battery. That's what snakes are born with. This power allows them to strike with pinpoint accuracy, even in total darkness. A mouse scurrying at midnight, a bird roosting in a tree, or even you walking barefoot through the grass. The snake can see the heat outline of your body, down to the exact spot where your blood pumps the strongest. Scientists have studied this sense in detail, and it's so precise that snakes can even detect differences in temperature as small as about 0.003 to 0.026 degrees Celsius. That's like noticing the difference between a hot cup of coffee and one that cooled down for just a few seconds. When it comes to hunting at night, lions and tigers rely on moonlight. Snakes? They bring their own built-in thermal vision. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe. Reason 4. Tongue flicking and Jacobson's organ. If you've ever seen a snake flick its tongue, you probably thought it was tasting the air. And in a way, that's true, but it's way more advanced than that. Snakes use their forked tongues to collect microscopic particles of scent floating in the air. But here's the genius part. They don't smell through their noses like we do. Instead, they deliver those particles to a special sensory system called the Jacobson's organ, located in the roof of their mouths. This organ reads the chemical signals like a radar, creating a 3D chemical map of the environment. The forked tongue adds another level of precision. One side picks up particles from the left, the other from the right. By comparing the two, snakes can literally smell in stereo, pinpointing the exact direction of prey, predators, or even potential mates. Imagine if you could stick out your tongue and instantly know the direction your dinner was hiding. That's the snake's daily reality. Reason 5. Hearing through vibrations. Here's a common myth. Snakes are deaf. But that couldn't be further from the truth. It's true they don't have external ears like we do. Instead, snakes sense sound in a completely different way. They press their lower jaw bones against the ground, and those bones pick up vibrations traveling through the earth. It's like having an earthquake detector built directly into your skull. A snake can hear footsteps approaching, prey scurrying, or even the faint movement of something burrowing underground. To put this in perspective, while we listen for sound waves traveling through air, snakes listen for sound waves traveling through solid earth. That's why a snake may appear to know you're coming long before you get close. Reason 6. Light and motion detection. Even though many snakes have poor eyesight, they're not completely blind. Their eyes are still useful, just in a different way. Snakes are especially good at detecting movement and changes in light. Even a shadow passing overhead can trigger an immediate defensive reaction. For prey, that means you can't rely on staying still. A snake's eyes may not give them a detailed image, but they're perfectly tuned to catch quick motion or fleeing animals. In the wild, this creates a layered system. The snake may sense heat with its pits, smell direction with its tongue, feel vibrations with its jaw, and then confirm motion with its eyes. Each sense overlaps with the other, making their awareness of the world incredibly sharp. Reason 7. A multisensory supermap. Now imagine combining all these senses into one. The snake doesn't just see the world with eyes. It overlays heat maps, chemical maps, vibration signals, and motion cues all at once. The result is a multisensory supermap that's far more detailed than what humans experience. We depend on vision for almost everything. Close your eyes and suddenly you're clumsy. But snakes? Even blindfold a snake, and it can still track prey with chemical trails, vibration signals, and heat detection. It's like comparing a basic GPS app to a full-blown augmented reality headset that shows you every possible detail of your environment. Snakes don't just exist in their world, they decode it with extraordinary precision. Reason 8. Why it's crazy. And here's the mind-blowing conclusion. Snakes don't just use their eyes to survive. In fact, their eyesight is probably the least impressive part of their sensory arsenal. They sense heat like a thermal camera. They smell in stereo with their tongues. They hear through the ground like a living seismograph. They detect motion with sharp reflexes. And they combine all of these into a layered, multidimensional map that makes them some of the most efficient predators on Earth. While humans brag about 5 senses, snakes are operating with something closer to a 6th sense, a way of perceiving the world that's alien to us, yet perfectly suited to their survival. It's no wonder they've thrived for over 100 million years, outliving countless other species. When you think about it, snakes don't just see without eyes. They've redefined what seeing even means. So now it's your turn. What do you think is the craziest snake superpower? Is it the heat vision, the tongue-powered chemical radar, or the ability to hear through the ground? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'll be checking them all, and your pick might inspire the next video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next wild adventure. And don't go yet. Check out the video popping up on your screen right now.